Shaital Sadasman Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Ananda Kodi Osnamini ki jai. Namacharya Srila Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivachari Gaur Bhakti ki jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gaur Thakur Radha Kundi ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Navadip Dham ki jai. Ganga Mai ki jai. Yamuna Mai ki jai. Tulsi Devi ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Navadip Bhakti ki jai. All glories to the Lord. All glories to the Lord. All glories to the Lord. Thank you very much.
Translation. One who sees inaction in action and action in inaction is intelligent among men, and he is in the transcendental position, although engaged in all sorts of activities.
Karmani akarma ja pasyet akarmani cha karma ja sa buddhiman manusyeshu sa yukta Krishna karma ki. I have been requested to simply translate this verse Hindi. So, जो व्यक्ति कर्म में अकर्म देख सकता है, अकर्म का अर्थ होता है कि जो काम करने से उसको फल नहीं लेता है, उसका नाम है कर्म। तो कर्म, साधारण व्यक्ति जो कर्म करते हैं उसमें जो अकर्म देख सकता है और अकर्म में जो कर्म देख सकता है वही असल दृष्टा है, असली में वही दृष्टा है, इंटेलिजेंट, बुद्धिमान व्यक्ति। The subject matter it's very easy and difficult also. The example is given just like a boy flying kite, and with that what is called reel, he is doing like that. But in one way the kite is coming down and in the other way the kite is going up. And one who is seeing from outside, he sees only the boy is moving the reel. That's all. Similarly, unless one is very intelligent, he cannot understand what is karma and akarma. That is the whole subject matter of Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna was thinking that I am going to commit some sinful activities by killing my kinsmen the other side, my brothers, my nephews, my master, my grandfather, my so many relatives. So he was seeing sinful activity in that fight. So long there is deliberation of sinful and pious activities, that is called karma. Karma has got two results. Either suffering or enjoying. Of course, in this material world, there is no enjoyment. But with the hope of enjoyment, we agree to suffer. And that is called enjoyment. It is like a businessman is working very hard, whole day and night, and he gets some profit, say lakhs and 2 lakhs. He thinks that he is very happy. He is enjoying. But actually he is working very hard. But because he has no knowledge, he is thinking that I am profiting. I am making profit. This is my happiness. But in the Shastras, those who are working so hard simply for some sense gratification, especially in Western countries we have seen, this is very factual. Even very old man is working very hard, very big business magnate, very big politician, working very hard, and at night he goes to the night club, pays $50 for entrance fee, and then he spends for wine and women lots of money. So this is his happiness. Even old man, 80 years old, he is also going to the club. Because in the material world, the happiness means wine and woman, that's all. Janamai thunadi grihamedi sukham mitucham kanyanena karayu riva dukkha dukkham. Prahlad Maharaj said that the grihamedi attached to this material life, grihamedi. Griha means compact in a room. So, I am the living entity, spirit, soul. I am compact within this body, encased. Or I am encased within this universe. This is also compact. So, one who is attached to this compact position, packed up in the body or within this universe, they are called grihamedi. Apasyatam atmatattvam griheshu grihamedina. They cannot see what is atmatattva, self-realization. Apasyatam atmatattvam griheshu grihamedina. So, we are working very hard to become very happy, but that is not possible. That is not possible. We are making deliberation. This is pious activities, this is impious, that is also good. Doing things blindly, that is another thing. But if one has this deliberation, this is sinful activity and this is pious activity, is better than that. But there is another position which is beyond the sinful activity and pious activities, that is called akarma. Akarma. Akarma means there is no result, either sinful or pious. That is called akarma. And karma means there is result, either pious result or impious result. That is called karma. So, we have already discussed in the second chapter that Krishna says that how karma should be done in summarizing. Jagyate karma annatra lokayam karma bandhana. If you work for jagya, jagya means to satisfy the Lord. That is jagya. Jagya, the human society is required to perform jagya. That is described in the second chapter. Yajñarthe karma annatra lokayam karma bandhana. Yajñasishta sino santa mucchante sarvakilnisoi bhunjante te agham papam je pachanti atmakaranat. Therefore, our life should be trained up, educated in such a way that all the activities should be conducted for Yajna. Yajna means to satisfy the Supreme Personality of God. Yajñarthe, for his satisfaction. This is Vedic civilization. There, Vedic civilization, the whole Vedic civilization, aim is to satisfy the Supreme. That is Vedic civilization. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, the division is there. But the whole aim is to satisfy the Supreme Personality of God. But at the present moment, we are so educated, we do not know what is the meaning of Supreme Personality. This is our position. We do not know even the meaning. We do not know what is Vishnu and how to satisfy him. What is the meaning of Yajna? All forgotten. That is not Vedic civilization. Vedic civilization begins by performing Yajna for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord, Vishnu. That is prescribed in the Varnasrama. We are recognized outside the world as Hindus. The Hindu word is a foreign word. Actually, India's position or Bharatiya Christi, Bharatiya civilization is Varnashram Dharma. This question was put by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was talking with Sri Ramananda Raya. This Ramananda Raya was governor of Madras under the regime of Maharaj Prataprudra of Orissa. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a sannyasi. Ramananda Raya belonged to the second class. He was not a Brahmin. In Orissa, the Koran, they are accepted as Shudras. So he belonged to that community, Koran community. But he was so learned in spiritual education that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu agreed to talk with him about spiritual advancement of life. So, the first question was that what is the method of progress in human life? Sadha sadhan. So Ramananda Raya gave him the information. Varnasrama charvata purushena parapuman Vishnu aradhate pungsha nanna tattosha karanam. Because human life is meant for understanding a position of Vishnu and his position, what is the relationship with Vishnu and how to achieve the highest success of life. Sambandha, avidya, praja. These things are there. The whole subject matter of Vedas are these three things. What is our relationship with God? First of all, we must know what is God. Then we must know what is our relationship with God. And if we act according to that relationship, then our aim of life is fulfilled. Sambandha, avidya, praja. Sambandha means relationship. And avidya means the activities. And praja means the ultimate goal of life. So, the ultimate goal of life is to understand Vishnu. Nate vidu. Not nowadays, even informally, there were persons, they did not know what is the goal of life. because it is the material world. In the material world, the sense gratification program is very prominent. But we do not know that by the program, karma, of sense gratification, we become entangled. Therefore, that sense gratification process is regulated. In the Vedas, that is regulated. Just like our sense gratification program is Loke Babaya Amisham Madhya Seva. These are the very prominent program for sense gratification. What is that? Babaya. Babaya means sex life. Amisha. Amisha means eating fish and meat. Amisha. And Madhya Seva, intoxication. This is the general tendency of anyone who is in the material world. And in the Western world it is very prominent. In our country it was not prominent, but now the program is make it prominent. Eat more meat, drink wine, and work very hard. This is the program going on. The leaders are recommending. Actual, there is tendency already. Amisha Madhya Seva, Babaya Amisha Madhya Seva, and if we encourage them more, then they become entangled more and more. The Manu Samhita says, Pravittiresham bhutanam nibhittestu mahaphalam. That is general tendency. But it has to be minimized, because in the spiritual position there is no such thing. Even ordinary students who are trying to make progress in spiritual life, they are not interested. Amisha Madhya Seva. They are not interested. This is practical. Even these European American boys, they were accustomed to Babaya Amisha Madhya Seva, keeping boyfriend, girlfriend, and drinking, and intoxication, and gambling, and meat eating, everything. They were accustomed from the childhood. But they have given up. Pravittiresham bhutana nidvittestu mahaphalam. There is general tendency. The Vedic civilization tries to control. You have got tendency for sex life, make it regulated by marriage ceremony. This is Vedic civilization. Not that like cats and dogs you meet together and have sex life. No. That is recommended in the Bhagavad Gita. Dharma viruddha kama, which is not against religious principle. That kind of sex life, Krishna says, I am that sex life. So, nothing is denied. Nothing is denied, but everything should be regulated. That is human formal life. And that regulative principle begins from the varnashram dharma. 4 kinds of varnas and 4 kinds of ashramas. Brahman, Kshatri, Vaishya, Shudra, these are varnas, Chaturvarnam Maya system. This program is chalked out by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You cannot neglect it. Then karmas will topsy-turvy. Therefore here it is said, karmani akarma japasset. If we regulate this system, Brahman, Kshatri, Vaishya, Shudra, then although they are engaged as a Shudra or as a Brahmana or as a Kshatriya or as a Vaishya, still they are not becoming entangled in such karma. That is called karmani akarma. Karmani means there must be result. But you have to make it akarma, no result. No result. And that is bhakti yoga. This is confirmed in the Brahma Samhita. Jastindra gopa matavendra mahosa karma bandhana rupa phala bhajana maturati karmani niddhati kintu cha bhakti bhajan govindamadi purusham tamang bhajan. A very vivid example is Arjuna. Arjuna acted as a Kshatriya, but he was not entangled in the result of activities by a Kshatriya, because he was doing everything under the instruction of Krishna. This is called akarma. If you act the same thing, you may be a Brahmana, you may be a Kshatriya, you may be a Shudra, it doesn't matter. If you act according to the order of Krishna, by the order of Krishna, then your karma will not entangle, because or you are doing according to the order of Krishna, therefore you are performing yoga. By your occupational duties, you are performing yoga. Because yoga means to satisfy the Supreme Law. Varnasama, this Varnasama program is there to satisfy the Supreme according to one's quality and karma. That is called Varnasama. So, ultimate goal is to satisfy the Supreme. That they do not know. This is stated by Prahlad Maharaj. Nate vidu sartha gatim hi Vishnu. Everyone is self-interested. But they do not know what is self-interest. Nate vidu sartha gatim. Everyone must be self-interested. That is nature. But they do not know what is self-interest. The self-interest is to approach Vishnu or Krishna and satisfy him. That is self-interest. Nate vidu sarthagatin hi Vishnu. Durasaya. Durasaya means by hoping something which is impossible to fulfill. Durasaya ji bohiratha manina. The modern civilization, they are trying to adjust things by material activities. Just like the greatest example is the United Nations. The United Nations is trying to adjust things, the whole worldly affairs, by a United Nations organization, UNO. But they could not do anything, because they do not know that how the nations should be united. Nate vidu sarthagatim Vishnu. They do not. All their activities are without God consciousness. Therefore they have failed. Everyone will fail, because they do not know what is the aim of life. That is the mistake. So, this Krishna consciousness movement is trying to teach people that the ultimate goal of life is to satisfy Krishna. Either you Krishna or God. The Krishna is the most explicit explanation of God. If God can have any name, the Krishna name is the most perfect name. Because Krishna means all attractive. I have explained many times. Unless God is all attractive, how he can be God? If God is attractive for a certain limited person or limited area, then he is not God. Then he will say, our God, your God, his God, that God. But if Krishna is all attractive, that is real God. That is Krishna. That is being proved. Now Krishna is all attractive, all over the world. Otherwise, how in America, in Russia, in China, in Europe, all countries. Recently we have got several literatures printed in Swedish language. We are printing Krishna literature almost in all languages of Europe. In the English language, in Spanish language, in French language, in Swedish language, in Dutch language, and German language, and then Italian language, we are publishing. And it is being sold like hotcakes, anything. Because this idea, the Krishna consciousness idea, is very, very new to them. Krishna, God can be talked with personally. One can go to God personally. These ideas were unknown in the Western countries. But that is possible, that's a fact. We can understand from Vedic literature. But they do not know. Nate vidu sarthagatin hi Vishnu durasayaji bahirarthamarina andhajathandhai rupaniyamana stepi satantra urudamni baddha. The blind rascal leaders, they do not know. And they are becoming leader. So what kind of leader? Andhajathandhai rupaniyamana. One blind man is leading several other blind men. So what will be the result? The result must be disaster. That is being done. Therefore, the program is, as it is stated, karmani akarma ja pasyet, akarmani cha karma ja. This is intelligence. How we have to work, but without reaping any good or bad result. That means working for Krishna. That is called akarma. I have already explained. In this way, sabuddhiman manusyeshu. If you work for Krishna, as the vivid example is Arjuna, he is working for Krishna. So you can do also. Simply by fighting. Arjuna was not chanting Hare Krishna. Because nowadays in the Kali Yuga, because people are, because they knew the duty, but at the present moment, hello Sudra Sambhava. In the Kali Yuga, because there is no such division, everyone is Sudra or less than Sudra. Under the circumstances, the only remedy is to chant this Hare Krishna mantra. This is the Jagga. This is also Jagga. That is stated in the Srimad. Jaggai Sankirtanai Prayai Jajantihi Sumedhas. Everything is there in the Shastra. Therefore, we have to follow the Shastra. At the present moment, Krishna Varnang Tisha Krishnang Sangapangasta Parsudam Jaggai Sankirtanai Prayai. This is the recommendation for this age. How to worship God. This is the method. Krishna Varnam Tisha Krishna. Tisha by complexion or Krishna. Yellow scholar. Or Krishna. How it is? Or Krishna means yellow. There is a big explanation. This is indicating to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna Varnam. Krishnam Varnayati. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu simply was chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare. Here is the picture. So we are trying to follow it. That was it. Krishna Varnayati. This is the statement of Shastra. So, whom we shall worship in this age of Kali. Because according to different ages, there are different prescriptions. So, because this Kali Yuga is very, very fallen, everyone is a Shudra. There is no Brahman, no Kshatriya, no Vaishya. Therefore, the one prescription is given that Hare Nama Iva Kevalam Kalau Nasteva Nasteva Nasteva. It is very difficult to bring one to the Brahminical culture, to the Kshatriya culture, to the Vaishya culture, because everything is finished. And it will be finished more and more. Therefore, the only saving platform is this Hare Nama Iva Kevalam. Then everyone will be saved. Therefore, we are pushing on this movement. Chant Hare Krishna mantra anywhere, and it is become practical. Even in Africa, in the village, where they have got so big earrings, they are also chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. They are also chanting. Therefore, the African government is little afraid of this movement. Yeah. Anyway, that's a big story. So anywhere, we don't find any difficulty. Either you go in the interior of Africa or Europe, America, we have gone into, we are sending our buses and devotees with books in the village, in the interior village, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted it. পৃথিবীতে আছে যত নগরাদি গ্রাম সর্বত্র প্রচার হইও. We are trying our bit. Send devotees. And they are helping. These European American boys, they are helping him very much. Even the girls, they are also helping. So it is a very good opportunity. So to push this movement, and we are trying our best. So by chanting this Hare Krishna mantra, and by engaging yourself in the devotional service, although it looks like karma, just like people say, these people are also collecting money, they are going to sell books, and they are also eating simply because they are dancing and chanting Hare Krishna, they have become so great. Yes, this is the process. Actually they have become great. Although it looks like similar activities, that they are also using motor car, they are also using microphone and typewriter and dictaphone and aeroplane, and so everything is using. So how they have become so great or so advanced? This is the intelligence. Here it is said, ja karmani akarmaja passet. Although they are acting just like ordinary human beings, they are using everything. They are also fighting for the land, for Krishna, and everything looks like that. But akarmani, that is akarma. They are not producing any result because it is being done for Krishna. This is the secret. Karmani is akarma. Akarma means which does not have already explained. So if you work the same thing, sakarmana, never mind, you are doing the Sudra's business or Brahmana's business, it doesn't matter. Whether you are acting for Krishna, that is wanted. If you are acting for Krishna, then you are not becoming entangled by the resultant action, pious or impious. It is above. Pious and impious, the consideration of this material platform. In the spiritual platform, there is no such thing. Absolute. Whatever you are doing, there is all good, all spiritual. That is called absolute. In the absolute, there is no such distinction. This is pious, this is impious. Everything is spiritual. So you have to act like that. If you act spiritually for satisfying Krishna, varnasama vibhagasa, sanustitasya dharmasya, samsiddhi haritosanam. If you can satisfy Krishna by your activities, it doesn't matter whether it is Shudra activity or Brahman activity. But your aim is whether you are satisfying Krishna, then it is occur. Just like in this institution, somebody is washing the dishes and somebody is taking care of dressing deity. It does not mean that one who is taking care of dressing the deity is higher than the man who is washing the dishes. No. They are not karma. By washing dishes, he is executing devotional service, and by dressing the deity, he is also executing. Real point is devotional service. That is called karma. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. What is the translation of the verse that Prabhupada was discussing? 4.18, 4th chapter, 18th verse. Yes, Arjuneshwar.
Prabhupada that he says that one who sees karma in a karma and in karma akarma, and in akarma he sees karma. So he is a very intelligent person.
One who sees?
One who sees karma in akarma and akarma in karma. He is a very intelligent person.
Haribo! One who sees inaction in action and action in inaction is intelligent among men, and he is in the transcendental position, although engaged in all sorts of activities. Who can understand what is karma and what is akarma? Yes.
Very intelligent.
Haribo! It was similar question only. How many results does karma has got? And what are they? The results of karma. Yes. Prabhu.
Karma has got two results, either enjoying or suffering.
Pious or impious? Haribo! Then he gave some example for it. Example? Yes, Saralakshmi.
One example is one boy is playing
This was
kite.
little later, that was earlier. Yes.
A person who works hard day and night and he earns and he thinks he brought some profit and he thinks he is enjoying, but he is working day and night very hard, he is suffering.
Haribo! In the material world, happiness means how many things? What are they? Yes, Saralakshmi.
In material world, only happiness means three things. It is eating flesh, that is amisha, and drinking liquor, and
Sex life.
sex life. Three
Vayayo.
things.
Haribo! In the beginning, Prabhupada that just said in the material world, happiness means wine and women, and then he elaborated. Yanmahituna grahamedi sukhamitucham, and then in grahamedi, he elaborated in these three ways. Then Prabhupada said that we are working very hard to become very happy, but that is not possible. So, the deliberation, what is the deliberation? While working so hard, somebody may deliberate. Yes, Arjuneshwar.
Prabhupada said deliberation is that pious activity, impious activity.
Haribo! Some may be only just working very hard to become happy, but one who is deliberate, one who deliberates that this is pious activity, this is impious activity, and like that he works. What is akarma? Yes, sir.
When one is working for the Krishna and there is no result, that is akarma.
There is no result means there is no sinful or pious result.
Pious.
Haribol. What does yagya mean? Yes, Kadam Kanam.
Yagya means to satisfy Krishna. Anything done for satisfaction of Krishna.
Haribo. What is the whole aim of the whole Vedic civilization? Yes.
Aim of Vedic civilization, it is satisfy the Supreme Lord.
Satisfy the Supreme. Haribo. Prabhupada said how much we are very educated at the present moment. How much are we educated in the present moment? No one. Sarvalakshmi is only educated. He knows.
We are educated, but we don't know what is yajna, what is God.
Haribo. At the present moment, we are so educated, we do not know what is the meaning of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is our position. We do not know even the meaning. We do not know what is Vishnu and how to satisfy him, what is the meaning of Yajna. All forgotten. That means we are not educated at all. That was a sarcastic way of speaking that how much we are educated. We are very modern, man is very proud that I am so educated. We have done B.Tech, M.Tech, but actually all are ignorant fellows because they don't know what is Vishnu, what is Krishna. In the Ramananda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discussion, what was the first question and what was the answer? Who asked the question? What was the question? What was the answer? Yes. Anant.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked the question that what is the means and what is the goal? That was question. And answer is Ramananda Rai gave answer, and he told that the Varnashram Dharma is the means and to satisfy the Lord is the goal.
Haribo. The first question was that what is the method of progress in human life? Sadhya, sadhana, etc. And Ramananda Rai replied, Varnashrama acharavata purushena parapuman Vishnu aradhyate pumsaha nanyat tattosha karanam. Because human life is meant for understanding position of Vishnu and his position. What is the relationship with Vishnu and how to achieve the highest success in life? Like that. What does the whole subject matter of Vedas deal with? Yes, Tribangopal bro.
Sambandha, Abhidaya and Prayojan. Sambandha means our relationship with Lord, and Abhidaya is the process, and Prayojan is the ultimate goal. By knowing Sambandha and by following Abhidaya, one reaches Prayojan. That is the highest.
Haribo. What is the ultimate goal of life? Prabhupada quoted part of the verse, then eventually elaborated. Yes, Tribangopal bro.
Nathe vidu swartha gatim hi Vishnu.
So what's the so what is the goal?
Goal is to connect to Vishnu. Satisfy Vishnu. Satisfy Vishnu.
To understand Vishnu. Haribo. What is the very prominent program in the material world today? Prabhupada explained it. Yes, Manmohan Chambro. Where is he? Yes.
Sense gratification is a very prominent in material world.
Haribo. Okay. So these three things Prabhupada explained again. And what is the current status, current situation in many countries, and then Prabhupada focused on India also. Yes, yes, bro.
The current status is that everyone is encouraged to do the sense gratification program. They think that work hard and drink wine and be happy. That's the kind of program we are encouraged in the current.
Sex life, Vyaya, sex life, Amisha, eating meat, and Madhya Seva, intoxication. And what did he say about in all over the world and particularly India? What did he say?
We are encouraged to do that more and more in India.
Yeah. Prabhupada said that this is the general tendency of anyone who is in this material world, and in the Western world it is very prominent. In our country it was not prominent, but now the program is make it prominent. Eat more meat, drink wine, and work very hard. This is the program going on. The leaders are recommending. Haribo. We are not saying Haribol because the leaders are recommending. That is the Haribol in appreciation of his answering the question. It's horrible that the leaders are recommending. It's not Haribol, horrible. What praise Prabhupada quoted from Manu Samhita? And what does it mean? Yes, Arjuneshwar.
Prabhupada says that pravritti esha bhutanam nivrittistu mahaphalam. He says that though the living entity has tendency to enjoy here, but it should be regulated. Nivritti.
Haribo. What practical life example did he give for this? Yes, bro.
Prabhupada said if somebody wants to enjoy sex life, then he can do marriage and regulate it.
Okay. That comes little later, but here because he's sitting in front of whom? Who is the audience? He spoke about them. Who is in the audience of Prabhupada's lecture mainly?
Indian audience. Boys. Okay.
Prabhupada's followers, his disciples, they're all Westerners, most of them. So what did he say about them? Okay, I will read out. Even ordinary students who are trying to make progress in spiritual life, they are not interested. Amisha Madhya Seva. They are not interested. This is practical. Even these American, European boys, they were accustomed to Vevayamisha Madhya Seva. Keeping boyfriend, girlfriend and drinking and intoxication and gambling and meat eating. Everything. They were accustomed from the childhood. But they have given up. Pravritti Resha Bhutanam Nivrististu Mahafalaha. That is the general tendency. Hari Bol. Sometimes while answering it may go here and there because you don't have notes, I have notes. So I may expect sometimes precise answer. The what you answered is coming now. The Vedic civilization tries to dash one word.
Control.
Hari Bol. And how did he explain that? Controlling so many things, but one particular focus. Yes, Vasudeva Krishna.
Now he was giving the example of sex life, that how sex life is controlled by marriage. So dharma viruddho kamasmi. So that explains.
Yes. So we have got tendency for sex life, make it regulated by marriage ceremony. This is Vedic civilization, not that like cats and dogs, you meet together and have sex life. No. That is recommended in Bhagavad Gita, dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatasham, which is not against that sex, which is not against religious principle, that is Krishna only. Hari Bol. He also said, so nothing is denied. Nothing is denied. Twice he quoted. But everything should be regulated. This is human form of life. So the regulative principle begins from, or begins with, yes, Sachinanda Bhagavan Prabhu.
Following Varnashram Dharma.
Hari Bol. So who has chalked out this? And can we neglect it?
From Lord himself, Supreme Personality of Godhead, had chalked this principle.
Can we neglect? What would be the consequence?
No, we cannot neglect. Will be topsy-turvy.
Situation will be topsy-turvy. Hari Bol. Who do not become entangled in karma? Yes.
One who works for the pleasure of Lord, one who works for the pleasure of Lord Vishnu, then he is not entangled in karma.
Even if he is Shudra, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya or anything. Hari Bol. So karmani means there must be result, but you have to make it a karma, no result. Which verse did he quote from Brahma Samhita for this? Yes, Sarvalakshmi.
Yastvindra Gopamatavendra Mahosa Karma Bandhanurupa Palabhajana Matanoti Karmani Nirdati Kintuja Bhakti Bhajam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajam.
Yes, Hari Bol. So he's saying Karmani Nirdahati Kintuja Bhakta. So karma is like a beach, a seed. But if that seed is fried out, fried up, and then it is sown, it will not grow. So similarly, all the activities, if they are done for Krishna, bhakti bhajam, then they won't produce any mundane result of pious or impious or anything like that. So he gave one vivid example. Who is the vivid example of this? Of akarma mainly. Yes, Hari Gaurang Prabhu.
So Prabhupada was mentioning about Arjuna, that Arjuna he was killing on behalf of Krishna. Therefore, although he was killing, he did not get the karma.
He will not get?
The sinful reaction.
Hari Wo. So the Varnashram program is there to satisfy the Supreme Lord according to two words. Yes.
Guna and karma.
According to one's quality and karma. Hari Bol. Everyone is, I don't know how to ask this. Everyone is dash dash, but they do not know what is dash dash. Two words, but they are a little different. Yes.
I know, but everyone is having self-interest, but they do not know what is their self-interest.
Everyone is self-interested. Same meaning is the same. Hari Bol. But they do not know what is the self-interest. So everybody wants to enjoy life, but they don't know how to enjoy life. Krishna has told in Puranas, Vedas, but they don't refer. So all their efforts for enjoyment lead to frustration only. How did he explain Durashaya? Nate vidu swatagatim hi Vishnum Durashayaye. So Durashaya. Yes, Tripangopal.
Durasaya means something which is very difficult to fulfill or do. So he explained by giving the example of United Nations organization, UNO. So they tried to bring all the countries together by material adjustment, but this didn't work because nathe vidu swartha gatim. They didn't know that center is Krishna, then everything can be united. They don't know how to be united.
Harivo. Durasha means by hoping something which is impossible to fulfill. And also he said they are trying to adjust things by material activities. What is the most explicit explanation of God? Yes, Prabhu.
God is one who is all attractive. That Krishna is more appropriate word for the God.
Okay, you said everything. Okay, Haribo. Krishna is the most explicit explanation of God. If God can have any name, the Krishna name is the most perfect name because Krishna means all attractive. So if this is not the case, if this is not understood, then what happens? Prabhupada said the consequence. Yes.
Then everyone will say that my God is like this, my God like that.
Then my God, your God, his God, also many gods then. Haribo! And how is being proved in the current world, current situation? Prabhupada said when Krishna is accepted, what happens? Yes, Sarvashambhu. Krishna is accepted means Krishna is.
Yeah, actually Krishna, when we, Prabhupada said, when we started preaching everywhere in America, Africa, China, even in remote area, remote villages of Africa, they are appreciating the Krishna consciousness.
Harivo! You did not mention about the books, bus party, so many things. Maybe I should read Prabhupada's thing because Prabhupada was so happy to say all this. That is being proved. Now Krishna is all attractive all over the world. Otherwise, how in America, in Russia, in China, in Europe, all countries. Recently, I have got several literatures printed in Swedish language. We are printing Krishna literature almost in all languages of Europe. In English language, in Spanish language, in French language, in Swedish language, in Dutch language and German language. And then Italian language we are publishing. And it is being sold like hotcakes, anything. Because this idea, the Krishna consciousness idea is very, very new to them. Krishna, God can be talked with personally. one can go to God personally. These ideas were unknown in the Western countries. Srila Prabhupada ki. That is regarding books and all. We are continuing. Some more time is there. Few more questions. So, what kind of leaders are there today? And Prabhupada quoted that verse only, part of that verse, and what is the result also then?
Andha yathandhe rupaniya manas. So
Meaning?
blind is following the blind.
Blind is leading the
Blind
leaders.
is,
The focus is on leaders, no? Not on followers. The blind is leading
the blind.
the other several other blind men. So what is the result?
So it will collapse to disaster.
Disaster. Hari bol. And Prabhupada said that is being done. All the blind leaders are there and they are being followed away. They are leading so many others. All others are blind men. And then there is disaster all over the world. What is the yajna in Kali Yuga? Prabhupada quoted, and why? A verse also, some verse. Yes, Sachinam Bhagavan Prabhu.
We cannot bring Brahminical culture back.
That comes little ahead, but okay.
Yagya Sankirtana Prayajanti Sumedasa. So chanting of HareKrishna Mahamantra is the prominent for this Kali Yuga.
And indicated by?
Indicated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was continuously chanting HareKrishna Mahamantra. So that's why.
Haribo. Because Prabhupada said, Kalau Shudra Sambhavaha. From Skanda Puran he quoted. In Kali Yuga, because there is no such division, so everyone is Shudra or less than Shudra. Under the circumstances, the only remedy is to chant this Hare Krishna mantra. This is the Yajna. Yajna hi Sankirtana Praye Yajanti hi Sumedasa, as indicated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What is the only saving platform? Prabhupada quoted verse also. Then it comes that point what you are about to touch, almost touched only. What is the only saving platform? In the one sense, the answer is the same only. What we discussed this. One word of the verse, then the whole verse will come out. Yes, Prabhu.
Chanting of the holy name, chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the only saving platform.
It is very difficult to bring one to the Brahminical culture, to the Kshatriya culture, to the Vaishya culture, because everything is finished. And it will be finished more and more. Therefore, the only saving platform is this Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Namaiva Kevalam. Then everyone will be saved. Therefore, we are pushing on this moment, chant Hare Krishna mantra anywhere. Hari Bol. Then something similar discussion, he said it has become very practical, this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So what is the practical outcome of spreading Hare Krishna Mahamantra? And what is the result? Hari Gauram Prabhu.
Everybody is appreciating the ISKCON movement, and Prabhupada gave example in the Africans also, they are liking the Hare Krishna dance, and the government is becoming afraid of. Africans
with? In the
big
village?
earrings.
Big earring. And then the government is?
Afraid of the movement.
Yes. Haribo. So it has become practical even in Africa, in the village where they have got so big earrings. They are also chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. They are also chanting. Therefore, the African government is little afraid of this moment. Yes, anyway, that's a big story. So anywhere we don't find any difficulty. We don't find any difficulty anywhere. Either you go in the interior of Africa or Europe, America, we have gone into. We are sending our buses and devotees with books in the village, in the interior village, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has wanted. What has Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted? What did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu want? Quote the shloka and meaning. Yes, Tripangopal.
He wanted his name to be spread everywhere. Prithviyache jate nagara degram sarvatra prachara hoibe mora naam.
Haribo. Prabhupada said something looks like karma only, and that's why people, what is that which looks like karma? And then what are the people's comments? Yes, Sarvashanbhu.
They are saying that in ISKCON they are just chanting Hare Krishna mantra and they are dancing and they are traveling also. But how does it make difference? It's like it looks like same.
Haribo. It's a similar thing. They are also using motor car. They are using microphone, typewriter, dictaphone, aeroplane. So, so everybody, others may think, others say that ISKCON devotees are the same. What we are doing, they are also doing. But Prabhupada said they are fighting for the land also. They are using everything for Krishna, because devotees are using everything for Krishna. Everything looks like akarmani, that is akarma. They are not producing any result because everything is being done for Krishna. This is the secret. In akarma, there is no consideration of pious and impious. In spiritual platform, there is no such thing as pious and impious. All spiritual, that is also absolute. So, what was the conclusion that Prabhupada ended the lecture with? Tribangopal. Okay, Prabhu can. You should give the privilege to others.
Prabhupada mentioned that whether somebody is washing the dishes or somebody is dressing the deities, it is same in devotional, because the point is they are doing devotional service. Therefore, it is the same.
It is a karma.
It is a karma.
Hare Bol. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे।